Good. So today I have the pleasure to be meeting with my good friend David Mizrahi. David, how are you today, David?
Great, great. How's everything?
Doing well. David, I just want you to know that the purpose of this meeting is to let our broker owners, our agents across the New York region, some of the things that you're doing. Listen, you and I go back pretty much about 8 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, just about,
Eight
yeah.
years. And you've been with FM for about 6.5 years, seven more or less, right?
Yep.
Good. So I just want you to know that the time that you have been working with our brokers, our agents for this many years, as a region, we have received many testimonials from brokers and agents. So for that, I really thank you because it shows that, you're doing something slightly different than a lot of people out there, or maybe way different. Okay. So today's session here, and by the way, this video is being sent to all of our broker owners, franchise owners, administrators, and agents across our New York region. And I wanted to invite David to come and do this here with us for him to let you know and to let me know some of the plans that he has for 2020 and how much of an impact he's willing to make with our exit brokers and agents. Okay, so David, how are you, my friend? All good?
Everything is great. It's great to be part of the team. Great
Super.
to speak to you today.
Oh, we're very grateful here, David. David, so as I said before to the group now, obviously you've been doing this for quite a long time. I've been getting a lot of testimonials, and it seems to me like you do things a little different. Can you tell me, how is it that you develop your relationship with people out there?
Well, the biggest thing I always tell everyone is we always try to be organic. We don't like to just walk in the office. And I remember about 6 or 7 years ago when we came on board as a preferred lender for Exit Realty. I came on with a different strategy, and one of my biggest goals were not just to bombard every office and say, "Hey, I'm one of the preferred lenders. Send me your business. Give me everything," because I understood over the last 18, 19 years since I've been in the industry. That's not how it works. And realtors and brokers really want to work with someone that they feel comfortable with, and making sure that their clients are comfortable, because we're an extension of you. And if we do a good job, that really just makes the relationship that much stronger with the actual realtor and clients and buyers. And that just helps us solidify who we are. One of the things that we always try to be different with is being strategic. Not only do we want to help the realtors with training and education and being there for them, and doing all the givens as well, with the making sure we have the right rates and the right fees, answer the phone, being available for them. But we always want to make sure that we separate the clients from their competition. Because I always tell everyone, as a loan officer, there's thousands of me around with hundreds of mortgage bankers. And as a realtor, there's 1,000 realtors, hundreds of thousands of realtors.
Mhm.
And the most important thing is the client. And if we could separate the client from their competition by maybe submitting without, not using pre-approvals, with maybe using DU, desktop underwriting approvals, and reaching out to listing agents, and just doing things a little bit different to help separate them, I think it goes a long way, and they see the value add with working with us and Exit as a team. And from there, we give them an experience that they hopefully enjoy and love, and get a great type of service and rates and fees that they tell all their friends, family, and coworkers about us as well.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I'll tell you, it is, I mean, for real estate professional, and, or even for broker owners, we want to know that, someone like you, David, is bringing value to our agents, right? And if I'm an agent, I want to know what are the things that I need to be aware as a real estate professional. And I can tell you that, I've been in real estate for many years, but I can tell you that one of the things that separated me as an agent from the competition way back then was that I was pretty informed as far as what to do, okay, when I met with a buyer, and what were some of the things that I need to be aware when it comes to loans. I have never been a loan officer, never intended to be one, but I knew a little bit because I made sure that the people that I was dealing with at the time educated me, which is really what you're trying to do here with our people.
Yeah, and I mean, thank God tomorrow I'll be at Exit First Choice, going and doing a training. I
Okay.
usually go and work a lot with the newer agents and show them, because in the beginning, a newer agent isn't able to go out there and go after sellers. They don't have the experience, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the confidence,
Right.
really. So what I try to do is give them a platform that they're able to shine on, and give them something that's able to build up their confidence, build up their pipeline, and then with dealing with buyers, because there's a ton of buyers out there in today's market, and there's not that many houses up for sale. So if you could go and speak with a buyer and explain to them the value adds, they're going to tell all their friends and family about you. And if the strategic ways work, then the most valuable asset you have is your time. And that's going to give you more time to find more buyers, because the way that we submit our offers is very unique and very different. And if when it gets the approved offer that for the house that they want when they see it, now that realtor doesn't have to go out the following weekend with that same client, show them the homes that they didn't love the first time, but now that's all that's left.
Right.
And that also helps, that bond, because now the house that they want is the house that they got. And it worked because of the ways that you handled yourself. And, a lot of the times I notice that sometimes the value adds that we have and the ways that we do things helps the realtor actually go and get a buyer agreement signed, which then takes a buyer and turns it to a client right away, because you have their signature on a piece of paper saying that you're the realtor that they're primarily and only going to work with. And for me, that's really, it feels great knowing that you take someone that really doesn't have that much knowledge in the industry, and just that they're diving into it, and able to help them succeed and get to where they want to be a lot quicker. And then also at the same time, give them some tools and to give them some trainings like a Scott Einbinder that could come in there and then help them out with go after the listings as well. So keep them more rounded.
That's great. I'll tell you, look, I don't do real estate anymore, right? But I can tell you, just listening to you, you're just bringing me back when I was selling real estate, because this is, look, nowadays, but now for the past quite a few years, a buyer now can be represented by their own agent.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be that one agent, I want to be as educated as I can, not just in real estate, but when it comes to mortgages.
Yeah.
I want that person that's sitting in front of me, David, to know that I know my stuff, okay? And I don't care whether I've been in real estate for 1 week or 40 years. It doesn't matter, right? So, which is the reason why I wanted to bring you on the screen here on this interview with you, David, because obviously you have been to some of our exit offices over the past years, but there's still a few that you have not been able to get in. So I'm inviting every one of our broker owners to make sure that they reach out to you. Below this video, we're going to put your contact information, David, that the brokers can reach out to you.
Sure.
We want to educate our real estate professional, every single one of them, every single one, whether they are a full-time agent or a part-time agent. You see, understand here, as a real estate agent, okay, for those of you that are listening, as a real estate agent, remember that you are an extension of the broker owner. The more educated you are with that clientele, the more referral business you're going to generate later on, and the company looks good at the same time, right, David? That's pretty much the way it works, right?
Yep, exactly.
So I'm inviting all of our broker owners to reach out to you and have you come in and do a session for the agents. And if you are an agent listening to this, make sure that you you speak to your broker owner, manager, administrator, and let's book David to come into the office, because having that information, I'm telling you right now, Mr. and Mrs. Agents out there, is going to separate you from the rest. And look, already in real estate, as real estate professional, quite often we do not have the greatest reputation with the consumer. And the moment that you become educated and people know that, whether you are new or experienced, doesn't matter. But once they know that you understand what you're saying, or how they can benefit from working with you, they're going to stick with you, because what's happening out there is a disaster. Most agents don't know what they're doing. We want to make sure that everyone gets fully trained. So for that, David, I really appreciate you, Marcel. So you're willing to make yourself available to any one of our offices, right?
Anything for exit. I'm always available to come in and do a training, sit with the newer agents, sit with the seasonal agents, bring Scott Einbinder in, let him deal with ways of how to get listings and different other strategies that will help them out, and just become as well-rounded as they can, which will help them out when they have the client in front of them, feel more confident, and be able to have the client feel that as well, and then feel more comfortable with them.
Exactly. So this is the other thing that I like about you, David, okay, is the fact that not only you want to bring that education when it comes to understanding a little bit on the mortgage side, but also you guys have a line with Scott Einbinder. And Scott Einbinder, it's a veteran in the real estate industry. This guy thinks different. Okay, this guy has so much energy. For those of you that have seen it, you know exactly what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, totally.
But I'll tell you that the guy brings so much value, and I really enjoy listening to Scott quite often. So if you have not had David or Scott in your office, we got to get this done. Okay, it is now the beginning of 2020, and I know that by having this information from David and Scott is really going to make a difference at the broker level and at the agent level, right?
Yeah, definitely, especially with all the new programs coming out with the non-QM, non-tax return loans, where people could, now realtors could educate their buyers on how they can qualify without using tax returns, which hasn't been around since the subprime days. So all those buyers that have been sitting on the sideline for the last 12 years or so are now able to get back into the buying arena and look at homes and still qualify for really good interest rates, and not have to put down 30, 40, 50%, which is great. So it's a lot of, that's a lot of the trainings we've been doing lately, just getting everyone caught up with those programs, because every time I walk out of one of those trainings, I notice that a realtor is sitting there saying, can you go and speak with this client that we told them we couldn't qualify, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago. And then once we speak with them, we notice sometimes we could actually go and bring that client back around and get them into a home, which then creates a real great relationship, knowing that we're able to do something where no one else could do. And now that realtor, God willing, and myself will be able to get all their friends and families that is looking to purchase as well. That's, for us, I always tell you, you get the respect from the client, you gain the relationship, and after that comes the referrals. And God willing, that's usually how it works.
That makes a lot of sense. By the way, for those of you that may not know about Scott Einbinder is not going to speak to you about mortgages, not at all real estate related. This guy has been in real estate for many, many, many years, and he brings a whole different approach to real estate. But the ideas that he brings to the table makes so much sense. So you do want Scott to come into your office. So David, the other thing that you had mentioned to me was that obviously not only you want to go into the exit offices and do sessions for the agents, but also you had indicated that throughout the year, you want to host a session where we bring a lot of our exit agents from all the different exit offices into a training session, maybe a 3-5 hour program, perhaps, right?
Exactly.
And that's the one thing that I really want to encourage everyone to do so. So first, let's get David into the offices first. And David and I, with in my staff in the office, we're going to come up with dates whereby you will be invited to a day session with David and a couple of other speakers that will speak to you, real estate and mortgage, things that you need to know. So just watch for those emails coming to you very soon. But in the meantime, just get David in there. Let's get some education going for the ones that have not met David yet.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to working with you guys in 2020 and every year on, and looking forward to building more and more relationships and helping out the clients achieve their goals. And, it's great to be part of Exit because, the great thing about Exit is they care about their realtors and they make sure that they're educated. So that's what I'm all about. And because the more education you have, the more well-rounded you'll be, the more confident you'll be, the more confident a client will be with you, on their side for the most important, biggest investment of their life. So, it's a great industry to be in, and, it's a great company to be in. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Well, listen, we're glad to have you, David. Thank you so much for all the years that you have been very supportive of the region and all of our broker owners that have dealt with you in the past. So for that, I really want to thank you. We're very grateful, my friend. I really appreciate you doing a good job. All right. So once again, everyone, please make sure if you're a franchise owner, manager, administrator, book an appointment with David, get him into your office. If you are an agent, please make sure you speak to your broker, manager, administrator. Let's get David into the offices out there, guys. Okay. So thank you for watching, everyone. David, have a beautiful day, my friend. All the best to you.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye then.